Ang beti washte, Graci Horne imachiapie, sisi tuan wakbetuan oyate na ku hunkpapa oyate mitioshbe, St. Paul, Minnesota, Edwati. Good day, my name is Graci Horne, and my people are the Siston-Wapton Nation based out of South Dakota and the Standing Rock Nation based out of North Dakota. I reside in St. Paul, Minnesota. I am a multidisciplinary artist, and today I will be showing you how to do a Bigfoot printmaking activity. Our subject matter today is the elusive Bigfoot. My people call Bigfoot Wikasta Hesma. Wikasta Hesma means hairy man. Before we go into talking about Bigfoot, I wanted to share an illustration I drew for this activity. If you have a printer, feel free to print this off and color it in and cut it out. If you do not have a printer, it is okay to draw your own Bigfoot. Everybody is welcome to either do a print off or create their own Bigfoot. We will be making a forest scenery for our illustration of Bigfoot by making stamps from potatoes and apples. Those stamps will be trees, grass, and rocks. When I was growing up, I heard a lot about Wikasta Hesma. I heard stories from people in my community of sightings. Granted, this was not the woods, this was the plains of South Dakota. What we knew of Bigfoot was that if you smelled something stinky and muddy, that meant that he was nearby. Also, he was a messenger for our people. The other thing we knew about Bigfoot was that he had a very big appreciation for his solitude. Some of the other things that people have said was that there was a sighting where he showed up to a campfire, sat down, and then left. Those types of stories have me thinking that he probably won't cause me harm, but also that he's nobody to mess with and I should stay clear of him. I created this art activity so we can talk and share some of the facts that we know about Bigfoot, and also to make some things less scary. I think art can be a powerful tool and mechanism to make things less scary. I hope you enjoy this activity and I hope you have fun. Some of the materials that you will need today is a potato, an apple, an adult to carve out your shapes, a cutting knife, and if you have a box cutter, you can go ahead and try to use that too. You will also need a large piece of paper. You can do that by taping two pieces of paper together, or if you have a brown paper bag, you can just cut one side of it and it becomes a large brown piece of paper. The other things that you will need is paint, tempera or acrylic, a paintbrush, a cup for water, and rags for cleanup. I hope this activity brings us together to talk about the things that we find scary and also to have a chance to explore the unknown. And without further ado, let's begin our magical Bigfoot adventure. In our own homes, where we're creating woods, but we're not actually going to be in the woods. Here we go. First, I'm going to start off by filling in the color of my two Bigfoots. Now that I'm done coloring, I'm going to cut out the 2 Bigfoot. Glue them on. Okay, this is the part where an adult is going to need to get involved. And the adult is going to have a knife and a cutting board, and if you have a box cutter, that works perfectly. I do, but if you just have a knife and a cutting board, that will work out fine. Use a washable marker to draw out the images you need. So first I'm going to start off with my potato. I chose a long potato so I could get long trees. And then potatoes and apples are very liquidy. So you're going to take a paper towel and just sponge off the excess liquid. Then you're going to take your marker and you're going to draw out your tree. Now for this part, you can use your knife, but I prefer my box cutter. Then for our apple, I'm going to do the same thing. I picked an apple that is relatively big. This one's just going to be a rock. So there's my rock. And then this one, since it's long, I'm going to do this and cut some. I know this doesn't really look like grass, but I'm going to do like grass blades and stuff. Now that you have your 2 Bigfoot colored in and pasted onto your big piece of paper, we're going to start off with our trees and doing prints in the background, and then we'll do our grasses, and then we'll do a couple of our rocks. I'm burning sage to the right of the screen. I like to drink tea and burn a little bit of sage while I create. It's something that I like to do while I am painting or printmaking. And when I have a stamp that needs 2 different colors, I'll just take my paintbrush and section it off and paint the first color, and then use a different paintbrush to paintbrush the second color in. Also, with printmaking, it's a good idea to put pressure on top of your stamp so it transfers good. And then that happens, but that's okay. Now for the grass, I am going to use a lighter shade of green using the apple stamps. The apple kind of falls apart more than the potato, so I would say I prefer the potato stamps over the apple. And then lastly, I'm using a stone gray to do the stone stamps. And this is just going to be spread out through my print. And again, using pressure to apply the stamp to the paper. Now that you've completed your Bigfoot print, I wanted to show you mine. Yes, I did have a little bit of an oopsie daisy moment, but that's completely fine. I decided that I didn't want to redo it and I was just going to accept my mistakes. I'd like to say thank you to the Eastside Arts Council for their sponsorship of this workshop. And also, please take pictures of what you created today. You can post those on Facebook or on Instagram. I'm on both platforms. And remember, if it looks sloppy to you, go ahead and do it all over again. The good thing about this activity is that there's plenty of materials to use. I have been printmaking since 2009. Even I make mistakes. Sometimes I will do it all over again, and sometimes I just like those little mistakes and I just leave it. Don't feel intimidated by making mistakes. Thanks for stopping in and participating. I hope your summer is going good, and until next time, see you later.